Hey there! Want to see everything we earned, saved, and spent in December? I'm going to turn the camera around and show you all the ins and outs of our Ynab budget, complete with our family's actual numbers. I'm Stephanie from SixFiguresUnder.com, where I make our family's personal finances public to help teach families to budget and live frugally so they can pay off debt and reach their financial goals. I'll put links down in the description to anything I mention. There's a blog post that goes along with this post too if you want more information. Okay, let's take a look at the budget. Okay, this is our family's budget in Ynab. This is for December. I'll go through all the categories and talk about what we spent, and then in the end I'll come back and talk about the income for next month and how that works. We live on last month's income, or we're a month ahead, however you want to put it. That means in December we are spending the money that we earned in November. So all the money we earned in November was just sitting there in our checking account waiting for December 1st so we could budget all that money, and throughout the month we've been using that money. So the first thing is tithing. We tithe 10% on the money that we earned in November, so that's this here. Fast offering, this is another charitable donation we make through our church. Okay, monthly bills. So this looks a little bit deceptive. It says mortgage 0. Now, that will be nice. That's our goal to get to that point. But right now, we still do have a mortgage. We refinanced, though. So our mortgage from before, if you look at last month's budget update, you'll see that our mortgage payment was about $3,500. Well, we were able to refinance that didn't cost us anything and has a lower interest rate and just an all-around good move. My husband's writing a blog post up on that, and we'll have more details on that if you want the whole inside scoop. But the short story is that we refinanced, so we didn't have a mortgage payment this month, but we did put extra toward our mortgage, which I'll show you later on when we get down to that category. I'll tell you more about that. So, electricity was $386. Now that's for our house and our Airbnb rental. That's a one-bedroom apartment that's on our property. The electric bill is for both of those together. Car insurance. Now this is a little bit deceptive too, because we canceled our third car, got hit by a deer, last month. And so we took that off the insurance. So we had 3 cars on the insurance, took one off, and this is kind of prorated for, being off half the month last month. And anyway, so next month it will be more than this, but right now this is what it is. Internet, $65. Water is about twice this. We get a bill every other month, so $60. That's about what 1 month is, and then next month is when the bill will come. The trash bill is the same situation. It comes every other month. So $37.33 a month, and then the bill is about $75. My cell phone through Republic Wireless is $22.50. Our home phone is actually a VoIP phone through Uma. My husband works from home and likes having a phone that's not his cell phone to use. Plus, it's nice when our oldest is home babysitting, then they can call us or we can call home. Orthodontist, this is a new bill for us. Our oldest got braces 2 months ago, and this is the cost every month is $61, and at the beginning we had put down $500, so it's $61 a month. After that, $500, and that's for 2 years. For everyday expenses, we've got food. We spent $461. We aim to spend $450, so we're pretty close on that. Our fuel for our cars, we're just under $400, which I'm happy with. Household miscellaneous, just under $200. I'm happy with that too. Sometimes that can get out of control. Clothing, we spent $74. For animals, $27. Let's see, that was just for a big 55-pound bag of cat food. Kids activities, $210. So our two boys are doing wrestling. Our two older boys are doing wrestling, and that's $75 per kid, so that's $150 on that. And then the school had asked for a donation for field trips for 5th grade. We have a child in 5th grade, and honestly, I'd rather make a donation for field trips than all the fundraisers, so I'm happy with supporting that. Allowances, we do $60 a month. That's for our, we have 4 kids who are old enough to get allowance. I've got a blog post on that if you want the details on why we decided to do allowance to give our kids practice money. Okay, sinking funds. These are funds that we put money in each month, and we don't necessarily use it each month, but we like having it there for these periodic expenses. Some of them are ones that come consistently, and some of them are ones that come randomly, periodically, or that we hope don't come, but we like having money in case they do. Medical dental, usually we put $400 a month. This month we actually only put $300, and honestly I don't remember why we did that. I've got a newborn, so I'm sleep deprived here. But yeah, just $300 this month. Car repair, the 300, these parentheses, the number in parentheses here, that's just to remind us how much we want to put in that each month. It makes it easy when we're setting up our budget each month to remember how much we plan to put in each of these categories. So we planned to put in 300, we did put in 300, and we didn't use anything out of that fund. Christmas, we usually put 100. We don't do that every month, but we try to put 100 in every month. This month we did a little bit more, just to cover the purchases, so we went a little bit over the $100 we normally do, and we spent everything that was in that category on Christmas. Presents and donations and decorations, whatever, all of our Christmas things. Birthday and gifts, we usually put $40 a month, and we did that, didn't spend out of it. Still have this much remaining. Our car registration and smog, we put $40 a month, and right now there's $463 sitting in that category waiting till we have registration due, or our car needs smogged. Life insurance, $75 a month. If we do that all year, when our premium is due again in November, we should have the money for that. Our car fund, this one is brand new this month. If you remember from last month, like a week after we had our new baby, my husband got hit by a buck, a big deer, and totaled his car. And so we decided we need a new one. He's driving our second minivan, so he's driving that until we get a new car. Because we want to get a Prius, a used Prius, probably for $10,000. And so we want to save up the cash for that. And so we're looking at putting $550 in each month. We didn't do that this month. And if you're wondering where this came from, this was our payout on our, on the car that was totaled. They took a $500 deductible out of it, so it was, $3,400 before that, which we are fine with. It doesn't sound like much probably to you people who buy new cars and have nice cars, but it was, what was it, a 98, 99, something like that, Camry. We bought it used for less than that and put a little bit of money into it in the beginning, so we are happy with that payout. And that starts our car fund at almost $3,000. And our goal is to get that to $10,000 by the end of 2020. Disability insurance we don't have yet, but we're getting quotes on that, getting that all figured out. So I just put it here because it's going to be added. So I've got a sleeping baby on my lap, so any of those funny noises you're hearing, that's the baby. Our family fun fund, it originally started as a fund where we kept money that the kids earned when they worked together to do things. Most of it now comes from Ohm Connect, a program where we earn money by saving electricity. If you're in California, you should definitely check it out. But we do that. We use that for when we do fun family, bigger family activities together. Home projects and vacation, we've got nothing there right now. Okay, for investing, we put $25 in a 529 for each of the kids for college savings. We haven't got one for the new baby yet. My IRA, if we put $500 in every month, then that will be maxed out by the end of the year. And it's not here in our Ynab budget, but my husband has 9 or 11% that they automatically take out of his paycheck for his pension for retirement. But we never see that, so it doesn't ever come to our Ynab budget. We pay $90 a month for our tax planner and preparer. We didn't take out any we didn't put anything towards self-employment tax this month. Rental expenses. So I don't budget anything for rental expenses, but we spend at least $12.99. That's Netflix. And then if I buy any sheets or towels or coffee or anything else for the rental, that goes here. And then I'll show you what I do with this in a second. First, let me tell you a little bit about our mortgage extra category. I told you we refinanced this month, so this has all the different transactions related to that. Like we had to pay up front to fund the escrow fund for our new mortgage, but then the old mortgage, we got all the escrow money that was saved refunded to us, and all the transactions that go there. So if you remember from up top, we didn't have a normal mortgage payment, which is normally about $3,500. So that's essentially what this is. This is like $3,500 plus another $300. So a little bit of our money on top of our what we normally set aside for the mortgage. And then all these other transactions. And it doesn't show in Ynab. I show it on the blog post that, goes along with this that I'll link below. But our current mortgage balance after our December refi and payments is $313,653. So that's what we'll be working on in the new year. Now, let's get back to this rental expenses. So we want to take care of this. So we say we'll cover this expense with, and then I'll use this money earned this month. So I'm going to say okay, and then that zeroes this out, pulls it as a budgeted amount, and then takes it out right here. So that takes it out of the money we earned. This is money. This is my husband's day job. This is the blog, and this is our Airbnb all together here. And so I keep the money in this category so that we can next month spend the money that we earned this month. This is my hack for living on last month's income. If you're familiar with Ynab 4, this is how Ynab 4 worked normally. But with the new online, it's not really new anymore, but the online version of Ynab is set up a little bit different. So this is my hack to make the new Ynab work like Ynab 4. So now that it's the end of December, we've zeroed out all these categories except for, the ones that are supposed to be there, saved for next month, our sinking funds and things like that. We take the rest of this, click on this amount, and I'm going to say send it to be budgeted. So I'm going to hit OK, and that sends this money up here so that we can go over into January and start budgeting January. Okay, I'll go ahead and show you real quick how we budget for January. It's a couple days into January, so some things have already come out. Like you can see our new mortgage payments already come out, and we had a little bit of money already come in this month. But generally, we don't budget anything for this. This is just a category that collects the money that we earned this month. So I've already done some calculations ahead of time for at least this one. This is the one that requires calculation. So I know that the tithing is going to be $1147.15. That's based on the money that we earned in November. Fast offering, $80. Our mortgage, you like the look of this new mortgage payment? I do. $2781.33. That's down from what it was $3,500 before. Electricity, I've peeked at what it's guessing that the electricity will be this month. So I'm going to budget $450, which is crazy. Throughout the month, I look at PG&E's website and see what my estimated bill it will be. based on the usage thus far in the month. And this is what it's saying right now. I'm hoping that they're estimating high and it will be lower. Car insurance, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. Like I said, last month it was 100, but before it's been more. So I'm just going to put 200 in there just to be safe. Internet is, I'm going to just hit this budgeted last month, so it puts the same thing in. Water, I'm going to put another 60 in. There's 60 already there. Trash, I'll do same as budgeted last month. Cell phone, same as budgeted last month. Home phone, what we budgeted last month. Orthodontist, budgeted last month. Okay, for our food budget, if you're following along with the Frugal Fresh Start Challenge, you'll see that on day 2, when we cut something quick out of our budget, our goal was to just spend $25 a month, $25 each week on groceries. So like bread and milk and produce each week. So 4 weeks at $25, that's $100 that we'll spend on food. Now normally we spend, for our family of 8, we usually spend $450, between $400 and $500. So this month we're going to eat from our freezer and our pantry and just spend $100. If you're not following along with the Frugal Fresh Start Challenge, you should. It's a great way to learn to be more frugal and reset your money habits for this month and make some progress on your goals. So check it out. For fuel, school will be back in. I'm going to go ahead and say $400, which is basically what it was last month. Household miscellaneous, we'll say $200 again. Clothing, $50. Animals, $75. Let's see. Kids' activities, I'm not sure what we have coming up, but I'm going to say $50. Allowances, $60. And with our sinking funds, we'll just keep it at what we normally do with $400, $300, $100, $40, $75, $550 for your car. I estimate by the end of the month we'll actually be doing this. So I'm going to just put $200 in disability insurance. We're not funding any of these. The kids' 529s are $125. My IRA, $500. Tax planning is $90. So it looks like we can put the rest of this in our mortgage extra category. So because we want this to be down to 0, that every dollar has a job, we're going to say $2,278.08 in our mortgage extra. Probably what we'll do is put $2,000 toward the mortgage right now at the beginning of the month and leave the $278 in this category for an end of the month payment. And hopefully that will be in addition to whatever's left over in some of these categories. Hopefully some of these categories will have money left over in them, and we'll add it to the $278 and make another payment at the end of January. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer any of your questions.